How often can I come on here and say I'm tired? Somebody asked me the question about 11 and 13, and what I came up with 11 and 13 is silver and gold. And I'm going to show you the mathematical work that goes along with it. It's pretty simple. First of all, let me tell you that next Hebrew, New Year, next year is 5775. In the 10 world, we actually go 7 by 5 is 35. 7 plus 5 is 12, equals 47. 4 and 7 equals to 11 and 28, equaling to 39, which equals 3 by 13. The reason I'm telling you the 3 by 13 of 39 is because we got to bring it down to its simple count, just 13 and not the 39. But the 9 by the 3 equals the 27. The 9 and the 3 equals 12 is 51, is area 51. So we want to go one step back so we can be in the center of our life and not in the middle between the two. So what we're going to do right now is the letter count for gold is 38. And by the way, the suit in clubs, it's also 38. And the first three clubs, CLU, are all 3, 3, and 3. Well, anyways, we multiply, just like we multiplied the 5 times 7, 5 plus 7. 5 by 7 next year is 35. 35. 3 by 8 is 24. 3 plus 8 is 11, is 35. Next year, 5 by 7 is 35. Silver. 25, 2, and 5. The same 2 and 5 we spoke before. 2 and 8 makes 10, and 5 makes to the 10 world, 110 floors of the Twin Towers. We'll talk about this one later. This one would be 72, just like we had the 72, 38 equals to the 10, just like we had the 9 by 3 when I told you it was 39. 9 by 3 is 27. It's the same as 72. 27 still brings it to 10. But we bring in the silver light, the sliver, the green that makes the connection of the copper and the ground, because it says it right here, green, and it says to go forward to the island of spirit and soul right here, the SIL part of it. It also can say 6 and 3, which is the creation of the one birth, the angel resident. That's us who lives here. But 8 by 5 is 40. That's the totality of the game that we are playing. And 8 plus 5 is 13. And it's an exact measurement of between Neptune and Jupiter and dead center of the phone face. We end up with 53. The two of them make 88. 50 on here makes 88. The reverse of this, in the gematria tree, it says, I am black, I am 10 and 28. That's right, 10 and 28, 2 and 8 is 10. 1 and 0 is 1. That's in the, what was I meant? Oh, yeah, right here. I had to re-say that for a second. I wasn't sure why. It was the 53. Oh, yes, the 58, because TW and O same 2. That's also the gematria count of 58, in which the 2 red, the spirit, which is on the number 1, the reason why there's nothing on the number 1 is because the number 1 is a reconnect to the other side. And if you look at some of the bank machines, they'll show you a Z or and a Q, which the Z is the 26th letter, 2 and 6, and 2 times 6 equals to the 20, the 2 worlds, and the 8 and 12. And the 12 is 1 and 2 is 3. I'm going to repeat that again. I can try and remember and focus. The 8 and the 12, the 2 times 6 is 12. The 2 plus 6 is 8. H, L, highlight, highliner. I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter, because the L is the 12th letter. 1 and 2 is 3. The H is still the 8th letter. 8 and 3, 38, club, and gold one more time. So when we add up the silver, okay, 58 or 85, 5 and 8 is 13, 8 and 5 is 13. When we reverse 38 and 83, 8 and 3 becomes 11, 8 and 3 becomes 11, 11 is 2, 11 is 2, this would be 22. This would be 44, because 5 and 8 is 13, 1 and 3 is 4. So this would be 22, this would be 44, and we get 66, the 6 islands of 6. We're fully connected. Some kind of an electrical system. That's why I like to talk about the 3 little pigs quite often, because in electricity, use these pig outlets to put the wires together. They got to explain it to us in the language we can understand. I mean, if we're going to make some shit up, at least it has to exist on the earth right now. So any man, woman, or child can actually do whatever, if there is anything that I'm doing at all. Did my cassette start yet? Oh yeah. Hey, don't go to the bathroom. Oh, do you want me to wait while you go to the bathroom? And now you're going to the bathroom, and you're going to the bathroom. Wait a second. This is not possible. Can't have 4 people going to the bathroom. I don't think in the history of the 3 years that I'm doing this that there's ever been 3 people watching my videos at the same time, let alone the same video. Okay, so the next thing of silver and gold, okay, it's 11 and 13. Why? 8 and 3 is 11. 5 and 8 is 13. 13 and 11 is 24. And 24 is very special because the multiplication within itself creates its 10 world. Meaning 2 times 4 is 6. 2 plus 4 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 and 6 is 14. They pay 7 to 6 odds. The spirit is 76 on the crap table. Pretty weird, eh? 8 by 6 is 48. 48. 4 by 8 is 32. 4 and 8 is 12. It creates the space of 44. The space of 44 is, let's say you want to do a 45-degree angle, move halfway in on each side, you got 44 left. There's 0.5 left over. Who wants the 0.5? I'm even 3.5. You want to talk about 3.5? 1.75? 3.5 grams, my friends, is like, oh, like, why is everybody selling 3.5? What do you want, a 3.5? You want an 8 ball? You know, everything that they're selling in drugs is already, there's the reality of truth lies into the spirit of knowledge. What does that mean? It just means that matrix is out there. The minute you say something, it goes back into the machine and it'll adjust for every next move. So you always have a chance for correction. If you don't know, you don't know. Everybody has their own balance. I mean, look how much information the computer can take in. So now we have gold, we have silver. Now we're going to jump onto one more thing. I think I'm going to do this because when we do 8 and 5 together, 8 and 5 is H and E, but 8 and 5 equals to 13. Now, 5, the minimum, and 13, the highest, is now 18, but regardless of that, I just want to show you this. The 11 and the 13, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 and 1 is 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. You have 3 and 4. Earth and Mars, the only 2 planets that don't have you. When you multiply the 3 times the 4 and add the 3 and the 4, you have 19. That's your birth, the 1 spirit of the 9 birth, or a 6 of who you are. 1 and 6 make 7. Just like American Airlines. I know I'm all over the place. American Airlines. You ever see what it really looks like? You ever see the cap of the jack and the playing cards? That's American Airlines. It's the Rocky Mountains. It's flight number 77. Anything to do with 77, American Airlines, 7711. 88. They made a connection. The cap of jack, it's an electrical connection. How can I explain that any better? What else were we? Did I really actually say anything at all? Here. Forget about snooker. Forget about that 8 ball. Here's 4 and 3. Here's your 11 and 13. In fact, that was the pharmacy I used to go to. In order to make this 11, 13, you would have 1,113. 13, 16, 43. Same answer. Roman numerals, as 11, 13 we did on the German answer. The M is the 13th letter, the C is the 3rd letter, the X is the 24th letter, and 1, 1, and 1. Okay? Now there's more than one way to go 1, 1, and 1, but we can always use the same way as this, and here's how it goes. 13 and 3 is 16, and 24 is 40. 43. But since it's 1, 1, and 1, okay, I'm going to cheat and say it's 9, 9, and 9, because in Roman numerals, this also looks like the 9, the I letter, because of the caps that are put on top of it. And what's funny about it is it makes 1, 1, 1 again, with 1 and 9, 9 and 9, or 1, 1 and 1 makes 10, 10, 10. 10 times 10 times 10 equals 1,000. Now we have 113, so we go back to here. We take this away and we calculate here. 3 and 24 is 27, and the 8, 3, 9, 30. We now have creation. Continue on over here. We're going to start back at the beginning. 13, 16, and 24 is 40, and 27 is the spirit is 76. Let me show it to you again. The 13th letter, the 3rd letter, the 24th letter, and each one of these are the 9th letter, the letter I. 27 and 24 is area 51. 54, 54 and 13 is 67. 6 and 7 is the spirit of 76. 6 and 4 is 10. 7 and 3 is 10. We have the 10th M world. It always works out perfect, the 3 and 4. So there's a circuitry that goes on here. Just like the sun. You take the sun, which is the 5 ball and pull, and the 13th ball, you put them together, creates the angel resident. This is the yellow energy that we piss and the red blood that we have that makes us the yellow, the orange men. And here in French they say orange angel, because gold in angel is or in French, the salmon roe, the special egg. At the same time, orange stripes, 19 and 14, again, back to number 34 in support of number 34, which we run back here to 4 and is 7. 4 times 3 is 12. We connect to the moon. How? Because the house of David, has been divided, 1 and 9. It is the birth child. It ends up going to 1 and 6, or flip it over as 91 is the spirit. If you flip it over to 91 as the spirit, it's A to M, 13. Back again. So it always has the same rotation. And the more I'm going to learn this, the more I'm going to be able to explain it probably, because it's a number. The mathematicians have already done all the work. I mean, how much more work is there to figure out what the numbers are? Now we just have to go into the equations and put everything in order. And then look at it and say, geez, what is this? So we did gold and silver. There's probably still more to do with gold and silver. I think it comes out of here, where we went to 1 times 1, and we got the answer of 3 and 7. On this side, we're doing a separation now. First we're doing gold. 8 and 3 is 11. 8 and 5 is 13. We're going to go 11. We're going to go 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 2, and 1 is 3. Then we're going to do it on the other side with the 1 and the 3. The 1 and the 3 makes 7. 7 times 3 is 21. Back to 1 and 2 again. Plus the 10, because now we're up a level, is 31. Now we're back to 43 again. And here we get 43, which makes the connection to the moon. What I didn't show you right now is gold 38 and silver 85 is the total of ABC, or 3 times 41. 3 times 41 is created by 56. 5 by 6 and 5 plus 6 is 30 plus 11. There is another way to get it. I do not know what it is right now. I'm just sort of like giving you, wow, it's just 1331. You know what 1331 is? It's your 11. 11 times 11 is 121. Times 11 is 1331. Times 11 is 14.6. 14 and 14. 1 and 4 can stand for 9. 1 and 5 can stand for 11. 1 and 6 can stand for 13. 1 and 7 can stand for, let's go on to the next page. So now we're going to go down the page, but now we're going to jump in. We have a little air. They have 3 aces in the deck. The first one is valued at 1. The second one in regular casino games is valued at 11. The next one is valued at 14, equals to 26. If you are playing Casino War, there is no first 11, 1. In fact, only in blackjack is it counted as 11. And 11 again is your K. It is also your J, King Jack. You remember K9? The other thing I wanted to say that I did not say before is in this game, what replaces, if you look at the 3 card, it shows you 3 dots. It's the same as the 1 card and the 2 card together creates a 3 card. So if you really want the 12, which is a wing, You want the 3, you want the 12, you go on the 12th card is the queen, 1 and 2 is 3. But when you play Casino War, the queen is the 12th card because the first card is no longer there, so if you move everything down 1 notch, the queen now becomes the 11th card. The king was the 13th card. So now you have your kosher foods, K&M. There's always a play. Now, it's not always going to give any kind of answer. If I gave any kind of answer at all during the last 15 minutes or 1,500 hours that I've done in tapes. Let's go on to the next. Let's see what I have next. Here, 1776, which next year calendar brings it to 238 years. 2 times 38 is 76, in which 74 times 24 equals to 1776. We also have the first president who began in 1789. It's 225 years, or goose eggs. Why? Because 15 times 15 equals 225, and that's 2 eggs. You did know about the goose eggs, right? The letter O being valued at 15, making all zeros valued at 15. And if you look in an egg tray, in a real egg tray, there's 30 eggs set up as 6 and 5, 9, 11, more or less. Now here's 1776. When you flip it around, 6 and 1 is 7, 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 6 and 1 is 7, 7, 5, 5, 7. Next year's Hebrew New Year is this. They say the same thing. Something about General Electric and George. I do not know. Lincoln Electric. I don't know. There's a lot of things. I haven't gone over many things. I brought it out into the open, and I have a vision for the rest of hopefully the days of completion. Half of 7286 is 36, angel resident of Earth and Mars, only off by 1 number to the size of the moon. 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 times 4, 2 times 3. 9 times 9 is 81. And now we're back again that we couldn't get away from Earth and Mars. 9 by 9, I and I. Don't forget, if there's 6, there's 1 here, there's 1 here, in between is an I. There's 1 here, there's 1 here, in between is an I. There's 1 here and 1 back here, in between is an I. So in order to get 2 I's, you need 3 regions in order to get the in-between. Here's your 7286. 9 and 7 is 63 equals 79. That's a creation resident. That's a 1 spirit of 6. The thing about rice is it because it's the connection of Rubik's Cube and the lights of it. It must be the Rubik's Cube. There was another thing I wanted to say. I came up with a number. The pig that connects the wiring, if you take a look, it's 114 is the number value of their pregnancy, which is 30, 30, 30, basically 114 days. Okay, and the one thing about this is P16, I9, G7. It comes up to 97.7 Shom FM. They just sold this radio station. 9 by 7 is 63. 9 and 7 is 16. 63 and 16 is 79 again. We bring down the 32 to the center, which ends up making it either Einstein, Ein Fox, Fox 45, 9 by 5 is 45, 9 by 5 is 45. It'll always come out to 59, 59, 59, EIEIO, which means 60 minutes, 60 seconds, around the clock, 360 degrees. This is what this number means. And Shom FM was to me, was the last blocker of this, because now they have just put ringing of the Liberty Bell. Don't forget, things have to be played with in this game of seek. When I talk about seek, we're not really sure what we're looking for, and then all of a sudden we bump into something, so we automatically know, well, it must be that. What a coincidence. The other thing I wanted to show you was this. This is a baseball. Also could be looked at some kind of animal, maybe the cow, or a basketball. Take a look. 1 sword, 2 swords. Don't forget, sometimes things are too round or not, but when you're going straight, your car has an added design to it. When you're driving a car and you're going straight, The more you press on the gas, the more you have an added design. It's the structure, it's the envelope that passes around the car, becomes part of your car. So you have each of these swords that are plugged in here. Now these swords would also look like part of Jack's cap in the cards. We have the cap, the king's cap, we have the clubs, which connects us internally. We have the diamonds, which are diamonds are forever, number 65. They speak, they go right, they connect to everything, the diamonds. It's a power that helps to bring on the two energies, and two greatest of energies is the silver and the gold in our communication with spirit, and then the blocked vibration in this world. I can't tell you. But if you fold this over, I don't know if it's going to work. See the way that folds up like a baseball? Take a baseball in hand and follow it. This is what it's going to look like. Then in between, here's the part of your roulette. Here's the part of the Kabbalah. You know, we're all going out into the Kabbalah now. We've got all these things all over the place, but you got to put them where they are in the numbers. Otherwise, they have no value. All you can do is look at them and say, well, this is spirituality. Well, that's the way I talk. Hey, man. Yeah, spirituality. Am I right? Oh, yeah, okay. Then how do we prove it without the number? Without a coordinate? Without a better understanding of the situation? So we've got two balls. Then we've got the puck. And don't forget, that puck's got all that shit on the outside. They say it's for the stick. Maybe it is. But that doesn't matter. Because they put it there for matrix reasons, so we should ask a question. Hopefully someone will say, well, that's for the stick. And then whatever reflects in your mind next is the next situation. If you want to talk about 514, it's the word DEAD. That's Montreal. 9 times 50. This is what I'm going to be doing next. I'm filling up all of pi into these numbers. And every number, this one is the ace. E-world of A and C. AC-DC. Connected, where? By Jupiter. Now I think, go on the outside, it says ace. This is the 477th, talking about MASH, the unit in Korea, the V, which is the life with no name, Vietnam, the life with a name. Something a little bit deeper, not to forget about the Baltic, which is 3. Just throw your dice, throw the dice behind your head. Regardless of what they roll 3. You're in the Baltic, somewhere near New Zealand. The zoo of all lands, some part of the communication and creation of this planet is right out there. And that's the reason they have the radiation. It's for something else. They needed it maybe to connect to the moon. I'm not sure. Because, you know, when you go into a game or a ride and you come out, you're sort of like in the same area, but on the other side. It's like going to Walt Disney and you went in that door and you're just coming out that door. How did they make it go all the way up? So it's part of that. So we have that. And anyways, yeah, that comes out of the part with the pig that I was mentioning, because it has to do with the connection of the other planetary systems. Don't forget, MARS equals 51. EARTH, or take the H, put it in the French, heart or earth, whichever one you want to go, it's 52. 51 and 52 spells Mercury. MER, let me tell you about MER, okay? I just showed you the orange, right? Is the 5 and the 13 ball. 13 is M, 5 is E. 13 and 5 is 18. That's R. That's your mother of communication. I can't be wrong, because 1 and 1 is 2. Was that the question? Okay. Let me go one more. So I have this page to fill out, this page to fill out, that page to fill out. Like if I keep moving my book, and people, yeah, this page to fill out, and this page to fill out, and then I got this page to fill out, and then I'm going to this, and this one says 5 orange, 13, 6 green, 14, 7 burgundy, 15. I have to bring the pool balls all together and see the rest of the story in the game of 8-ball. Why they created? Somehow to do with the universe 100%. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the cube. So what else is there? So we did this. 7286 can be done other ways. You know what's really funny? I'm not sure. But the Mayans say that the first 5 days of October are unlucky. Next year, okay, no, let's get next year, no, this year, the 16th of Tishrei is this Friday. This Friday is my birthday. I was born on the 16th of Tishrei. But next year, the 16th of Tishrei falls on the 4th of October, which is the day I'm born. So Friday I'm having a birthday, according to Tishrei, and then next year it happens on the 4th. Pretty weird how the Hebrew calendar works. And they also talk, I just read today and I didn't know this, that it's a year of 353 days. Just add the ace and you got eight, I mean just add the one card, you got the ace, 35, 75 makes 10. It's just so perfect. It's just so perfect, and it works out with the 1, 2, 3, 8, the silver and the gold, and number 47, because number 47 is you see, half of 74 is 47. No, half 47 flipped over is 74. 7 and 4 is 11, and 7 and 4 is 11. 11, 11. How hard is it to figure out? 74 plus 47 is 81. 121. 11 times 11. Okay, we're not even going to get there. I was watching something on 9/11, and all of a sudden, Ram Air. I've heard of it before. Might be a joke. LA and CA, same thing. It's just like saying, give me the queen or give me the 3 card. Well, the queen down to 1 digit. The 12 card is 1 and 2 is 3. Well, Casino War is 10/4. Hebrew New Year. 12 months. Hebrew New Year. So what happened to the 28-day cycle? Let me get back to what I didn't finish yet. The Mayans say the first 5 days are unlucky. Now the question would come like this. The Hebrew New Year was on the 4th this year. My actual birthday is September 30th this year. Do you follow me? I am born 30 days after the New Year. I am 1 day before being into the next month of Shalul or something. So if you would remove, and if we would go back to the New Year's being on the 1st, then my birthday would be on the 16th, and my birthday would be tomorrow on the 16th. But if you continue on the days towards Rosh Hashanah, my October 4th would actually fall in the next month. October 1, October 2, October 4 would fall in the next month, and October 3rd would fall in. You can't have them all fall in the next month. There's only 4 days. You only can move back 3 days. So the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th can move back. So that's one of the things I'm thinking about of why the first 5 days of the Hebrew and the Mayans is unlucky. Somehow, I'm going to tell you right now, I love everybody in the world. I think people got to think more because they're not doing it right. They're doing it their way instead of the way that will work out with at least 60% of the population. Okay? There's a reality to the world. You know what I'm saying? So we had this on American Airlines. If you take a look, Amer says sour. I can. What is the question inside American Airlines? Besides being 911, done by 2 airlines, AA, 11 of 11. You know, 16 times 1 equals 1776. That's the letter P. Pan America? Anyways, I did a good enough video. I'm proud and happy with myself. What I showed you, okay, I just want to show you one more time before I go. I wanted to show you 2014, which also says many things inside of it. This number against 7286. If I do that number against 7286, let me see, 7286 equals to 1, 1, 5, 1. Okay. That's what it says. It says okay, but it means the egg. Because it either says 75 or 65, because when this began, it began It began actually like this. Okay, stop, Ronnie. Okay, I'm not looking because then I have to look for answers and explain myself, and I just can't do it right now. I did enough. We did everything. What is this? On this side is going to go the number of pi. The 315th number of pi's will go in here. And the 324 will go in here all the way up to 500. Then on this side, I'll put the answer. You put the 1, I put a 3. You put a 4, I put a 3. You put a 9, I put a 27, I put a 9. Multiply every single number in pi by 3, and when you finish at the end, you'll come up with the answer of where pi starts over again. That's what I'm presuming, and I know what's going to happen. I got 3 numbers to work with. There ain't no 0, there ain't no 1, there ain't no 2. Maybe there is a 0. What are you going to do if I get 3 times 0? I'm going to have to figure that one out when I get there. But usually, if I go 3 times 0, I'll say 3 by 0 equals 0, but 0 equals 15. It'll equal 45, it'll equal 9. 3 by 0, 1 and 5, 1 plus 5 is 6. 3 by 0, which is actually 3 and 3, which is 3 by 3, and 3 by 3 is 9 and 9. So what we're going to do is like this. 0 equals 15, 5 plus 1 is 6. 3 times 6 is 18, 1 and 8 is 9, and that's the answer to when 0 shows up, 9 is there. It's an egg, it's a birth, it's an egg, it's a birth. Oh my God, you think I'm crazy? Time for a coffee to wake up, get out of this bipolar dream. What year is this? Year, it's going to be like close to year 9. But this has only been 3 years since it began with the revelations. I mean, the huge revelations. I dream in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden I got to come out and write down something. And what I write down has nothing to do with my dream half the time. Last night, I was changing TV channels to follow up with what's happening in the sky. What's up in the sky? I like it. What's up in the sky? Last night it was all about what's up in the sky. Give me the wheel. Give me the wheel. I need the wheel to know what's up in the sky. And I had to change my TV. It's like I was picking up all the satellite dishes. What's up in the sky? Oh, God, I got the wheel. We're going to find out what's up in the sky. But for now, we're sitting here on some kind of global magnet spinning around in the air, and everybody says, whoa, we're on planet Earth. No, we're on a mound of Earth, tied up to the islands of the oceans, hung out and picked up by Avatar. Thank you for watching 7286 on a constellation of Pegasus. And sometimes you hear me say, around Baffin Islands in north of Russia and down in the Antarctica, that's where 7286 crisscross the wiring and connect them and see where it takes you. Thank you for watching.